I'd like to talk to you about the late stages of Alzheimer's and other dementias, keeping in mind that the symptoms and progression really varies from person to person. But there are definite changes that we see in the late stages that affect memory, language, mood, orientation, as well as self-care abilities. Beginning with memory, we see not only changes and disruptions in short-term memory, but long-term memory. People may be time traveling. That is, they may believe that deceased relatives are still alive. They may think that it's 1951. They may believe that their siblings are alive and well. Even their parents may be alive and well. Also, they may believe that they're no longer married or have adult children. And this can be very off-putting to families because, of course, they desire a connection. We have to keep in mind that these are symptoms. This is not willful forgetfulness. This is just part and parcel of Alzheimer's and other dementias. There are severe changes in language by this stage, so people are having great difficulty expressing themselves as well as comprehending the language of other people. Their language may be reduced dramatically to a few stated phrases. If they learn English as a second language, they may revert to their first language. They have great difficulty understanding people when we are talking quickly, so we need to slow down our rate of speech as well as our actions. Again, with orientation, they may be completely confused as to where they're at, even in their own home. Again, they may forget who the familiar people are in their lives. They may have great difficulty walking. They're at risk for falls at this point in time. There may be some tremors and rigidity that come along at this stage. At this stage also, they may be very susceptible to agitation if they feel alone or if they feel threatened in any way. They may even develop some delusions, which are false fixed beliefs about something that's not true, but they just get hung up on thinking that something is true when in fact it's false. They also may suffer from hallucinations, seeing or hearing things that are not there. That is somewhat rare. And lastly, at this point in time, they need a lot of help managing everyday activities that perhaps you and I take for granted. They need assistance with bathing, dressing, even toileting, perhaps even assistance with feeding themselves. So taking into account at the late stages, their care becomes very difficult for families. And I think most families either hire help in the home on a part-time or full-time basis, or they make that very difficult decision to place their loved one in a residential care facility because care becomes so stressful for all concerned and full-time help is needed at this late stage.